Okay, that's everything. Nicole told me they'd stay in the construction area collecting victim signatures and monitoring Vision's movements. My mission was to find Faithin and get help. After leaving the others, I went back through the dead-end hollow and came straight to your store. Really, I'm not lying! Nicole and everyone else in the blast zone are in grave... Please, Faithin! You have to help me save them!
We believe you, Nekomata. But as professional proxies, we have to warn you of the risks involved.
Right. In saving all the residents, we'll inevitably come to blows with the Vision Corporation.
Yeah, you don't need to tell me that! I made up my mind ever since I left! All I can think about now is getting everyone out of the blast zone!
Okay. If the client has made up her mind, there's nothing more to say.
Well then, let's work on a rescue plan. Take a look at this map. The Cunning Hares and the residents are trapped at the Canvas Street station, which is several kilometers away from the surveillance point where Perlman's located.
But to keep the trapped residents in check, he's transported a number of armed mercenaries pretending to be public security by train. Speaking of which, the train that we delayed earlier is almost at its destination, so there'll be even more of them to guard the residents.
We're not strong enough to face them head-on, but perhaps we can take advantage of holes in the enemy's defense.
Yeah? What does that mean?
Look, those trapped residents have no ether aptitude, so the mercenaries don't expect anyone coming from behind. With everyone guarding the front, the surveillance point should be relatively unguarded.
That makes sense. We can go around behind them through the hollow and catch them off guard.
Yeah, good idea! And then?
Then, we quickly hijack the train at the surveillance point and go through the hollow to the Canvas Street station. As long as the residents get to the station platform in advance, we can have everyone out of the blast zone in minutes.
How clever! The train itself has some resistance to corruption, so as long as we get them out of the hollow quickly, they won't get affected! Yeah!
Hey Fairy, can you drive the train out of the hollow and into New Eridu as quickly as possible?
Affirmative. I have already mapped out the shortest route.
No time to waste. Let's get started then.
Nekomata, take this bamboo. Go find Nicole and tell her the plan. Then...
Right! Then, it's crunch time!
And be here. I've got the last few signatures.
Thanks.
No, I should be thanking you. We were really at our wits' end before you kids arrived. But when is the young lady you sent for help coming back? She's been gone a long time.
You're right. I hope she didn't run into trouble.
Such concern for us. I'm touched. It's not just all concern for Nekomata, right?
That voice! It's the proxy!
Sorry to keep everyone waiting!
I see. So you planned to stop the demolition by blocking the train, but you didn't expect to find a bunch of vision reinforcements. This means Vision is at the point of no return. They'll do whatever it takes to stop the residents from getting out. But the Proxy's plan to seize the train could work. It's true what they say about Phaethan's wisdom and courage. Ma'am, you've heard our plan. Now, we have something to ask of you. We need you to get all the residents together at the platform nearby.
Don't worry, I'll tell them. When the time comes, they'll be there.
Right. By the way, there was an old Red Fang Gang base in the Hollow somewhere around here.
You're still thinking about Nekomata's commission fee.
Not true. This is Nekomata's important family heirloom, and maybe the residents here know something.
I know the place. Everyone around here knows the Red Fang Gang.
Is that so?
Yes. Since they made their name on Canvas Street, everyone here is related to them one way or another. In the early days, they weren't what they are now. Back then, they took in lots of orphans, taught them to read and defend themselves. They often stood up for those in need. They said they'd protect this place forever. Unfortunately, a few years passed, and that Silver Boy changed. He looked down on the slums and led the gang to do some awful things. As things got worse, many in the gang couldn't stand to see what it had become. Many of them left the gang. Soon after, the Red Fang Gang moved out of here. We don't want anything to do with the Red Fang Gang anymore. Silver fell into the Hollow while being chased by public security. He only has himself to blame.
What did you say?
What's the matter, young lady? We want nothing to do with them. What's wrong with that?
No, not that! You said Silver fell into the Hollow being chased by the PubSec? Wasn't he killed by the Cunning Hares?
About that...
Little kitten. I mean, Miss Client, you can understand, right? We wanted to tell you, but each time you looked at us with those big, cute eyes, we just couldn't. We're sorry. We were there, but it was public security who did it.
So it wasn't you guys.
Don't worry, Nekomata. Even if public security hadn't intervened, he was no match for the Cunning Hares. Ahem. Even though it was you who got it wrong to begin with, we're somewhat responsible as well. How about we give you a small discount on your family heirloom commission? Anyway, let's put this aside for now. First things first, we have to get that train and evacuate the residents out of here. Okay, let's go.
We made it!
Monitoring station here. The train is also nearby. Anyone? I found a secret way in. Here it is. Let's get moving.
Sure. The Starlight Knight's here to punish the bad.
It has to. It has to work.
Let's take the secret way then. Try to sneak over to the monitoring station. Not bad, Phaethan. You're so prepared.
Valve status analyzed. The valve opens once the lock is not smart.
Well, well, what a pleasant surprise.